Welcome to News Live again. Whether it's your first time with us or your 10th time with us, we're delighted that you're here and taking some time out of your day to hang out with me and Alonso. A delight always. How are you? We have a lot of folks here already, I see. Thank you for coming in. And we have Jonathan and Can't Disappoint podcast, and people are here. And as you point out, Jonathan, we unfortunately have some sad news to begin with today, and that is the death of Carl Weathers.
Yes, which just got broken by a deadline, I think. I don't think they were giving a cause of death just yet. I think it's just the family announced that it happened. But, he's somebody who was very recently, part of The Mandalorian and very much a presence. He's been, I think probably first came to fame, I guess, with the original Rocky. But, obviously since then he's I always remember the ad he did where he was, "Hi, I'm the guy from The Predator who didn't become a governor."
That's really cute. And I think also of his work on Arrested Development, playing himself on Arrested Development. His line where he goes, "Baby, you got a stew going," is something that we quote around here all the time. And we fell in love with Carl Weathers all over again for his ability to go and make fun of himself as Tobias's acting coach.
Yes.
We got a lot of folks commenting on that. Hi, Christine. Hi, it can be. Yes, Come Z says that about Carl Weathers, R.I.P. Yeah,
76
Ty.
years old.
Yeah, 76, very sad, but a really eclectic body of work. And as you say, as recently as The Mandalorian, he was bringing his presence. He had that great presence and a great voice and gravitas to him. So, and as Jacob Ryder points out, it's been 10 years since we lost Philip Seymour Hoffman today. That's also very sad.
I did see that on Facebook Memories today. Yeah, that was... Yeah, we're still smarting on that one.
A legend. We have lots of...
Especially with a new Capote thing in the pop culture. Of course, we remember his Oscar-winning performance as the author.
That is true. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, we are recapping the first 2 episodes of Capote versus the Swans, the new season of Feud, over on our Patreon. Episodes 1 and 2 are out now. And Tom Hollander is really good, but I think nothing can be what Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance was in that role.
Absolutely. And I still need to go back and watch Infamous, the other Capote movie that came out around the same time with Toby Jones.
Toby Jones. Yes, lots of folks have played this. It's you can see why actors would want to play that role. It's big and it's frail and vulnerable, but also grandiose. So yes, Ty points out Mark Gustafson, who just won the Oscar with Guillermo del Toro for Pinocchio, also passed away. A huge blow to animation. He was primarily a stop motion animator, correct?
Yeah. He'd worked with Will Vinton, and he also had a really illustrious career in that field. So the big sad morning. A lot of folks. We also Mitchell Kezin, who directed the documentary Jingle Bell Rocks, which is a great doc about Christmas music and obsessive Christmas music collectors. I've read on social media from a couple people I know in that sphere that he also has passed away.
Okay. And Angel, hello, Angel, good to see you, says Don Murray also died. He was in Bus Stop with Marilyn Monroe.
I did not hear that. Oh my God. He was in Advise and Consent. He plays the senator who kills himself when his gay World War II affair is threatened to be revealed. Oh man, I had no idea.
Yes, lots of sad news. But Perry Phillips points out it's her birthday. Happy birthday to you, Perry. Good to see you. Hello. Happy day to you. Christine says, did you hear Tom Hollander's story about accidentally receiving Tom Holland's bonus check for the Avengers?
I saw the headline. Yeah.
Funny as hell. That's a really good story. Anyway, we have other news for you, which is not sad, I promise. I want to mention really fast before I forget. So I am on Cameo, which is sort of an embarrassing thing to say, but kind of cool too.
People dig it. People like it.
Anyway, so they're doing a deal on Cameo. They have discount cameos right now for Valentine's Day. So I think it ends tonight. So all day February 2nd, they're only $20. So there's a link to that down below and also in our Instagram story. So get a cameo for the one you love or for an ex. I can do spiteful revenge cameos too, if you would like. Also, if you've not subscribed to my newsletter yet, that would be great. All the goodies from all the week are there, plus some extra stuff that I pulled together. So you can do that through ChristyLemire.com. Also, there is a link to that down below. It got super dark just now. So it's raining and storming and windy. There were landslides and flooding where I live yesterday. So Roma Steve, what's Cameo? It's an app where you can pay a celebrity to record a private personalized message for you. So one of our our frequent friends here, Cody, asked me to do one for him for his 40th birthday and just say hello. And so anyway, it's a fun, cool way to connect with folks. Oh my goodness, Chris Crawford is here. My oh why. Thank you so much for your kind donation. If you are a fan of baseball in general and the Seattle Mariners specifically, Chris Crawford at My Oh Why is your guy. And don't the equipment trucks leave soon for Arizona and Florida? I think so. And Chris can tell you what is on the Mariners truck. He says, this is a baseball thing. This is literally inside baseball, Alonso. Chris says I could quote Groundhog Day, but instead I'll just support my favorite channel. We are thankful to you. Yes, it's also Groundhog Day.
Yes. Do we know how it came out?
I don't know.
Punxsutawney Phil see a shadow?
Yeah. Do you guys know? I didn't see what the groundhog did today. So if you guys have any details. Teddy wants a cameo of me doing Word Up by Cameo. Wow, the snake is eating its own tail. It's very exciting.
That's going to cost extra, I want to
say. So all of that is happening. So Netflix did a big sizzle reel thing.
Punxsutawney Phil predicts an early spring.
Early spring, hooray.
So I didn't see a shadow, hooray.
I would like that. Thank you, Benjamin, for your donation and for completing the entire Carl Weathers quote for me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's still plenty of meat on that bone. Now you take this home, throw it in a pot, add some broth, potato. Baby, you guys do going. I love that line so much. It's funny every time. Thank you for that, Benjamin, and RIP indeed. So Netflix did a whole thing with a bunch of announcements, one of which is that there's going to be a Bridgerton Valentine's Day event. If you are jonesing for Bridgerton and you can't wait until May 16th for when the first half of the new season comes out, I think you can sign up through Netflix for, anyways, it's some like elaborate fake invitation like Lady Whistledown would write up. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
It's a fan event with a Q&A with like Shonda Rhimes and a bunch of the cast. So that's on February 14th. But the first half of Bridgerton season 3 begins May 16th with the second half coming out on June 13th. We will definitely recap that for you on our Patreon.
Oh, yes.
We enjoy Bridgerton. And then other stuff that came out of this Netflix thing is some first images of Squid Game season 2, but I don't think we know yet when that is going to begin. And then there's also going to be this series called Death by Lightning, which sounds really interesting, which maybe we might want to discuss, starring Michael Shannon and Matthew Macfadyen. And it's about the assassination of President Garfield.
Okay, sure.
What's interesting, though, to me is the casting of this, because Michael Shannon plays the president and Matthew Macfadyen is the assassin. And I feel like in an ordinary world, they would swap
It'd be the other way
roles,
around, right?
Right. And Michael Shannon, who often plays intimidating, weird characters, would be the killer, but he's the president. I don't know when that begins.
To give you my grasp of history, I'm just trying to think, which number in Stephen Sondheim's Assassins is that? Is that the I am going to the Lordy guy? Like, I'm not sure who we're talking about. So
I'm totally certain that somebody in our comments will know the answer to this. So that is from the guys who created Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
So it could be really good. Yes, Ty says, I only want a cameo from Christy. If partway through she beautifully transitions into a Coffee Brothers ad. Oh, I could arrange that. That's possible. Also, Angel says Don Murray was Brooke Shields' father in the original Endless Love.
Yes, he was. That's true. By the way, that Netflix announcement also included a handful of Christmas titles, including the Lindsay Lohan, Kristen Chenoweth one we'd already heard about, but also a Christmas thriller called it's not Nonstop, but something like Nonstop, something sort of travel-y, and it is from Joe McCalais-Seurat, and you know he does these like cheesy travel-related thrillers really well, so I'm pumped.
He did the first Orphan. He did the first Taken, did he not, or did he do Nonstop?
He did Nonstop. I think the first Taken might have been like Luc Besson.
Oh, I think he has done some of the better Liam Neesoning.
Absolutely, yes, totally. And then lately he's done real garbage like Jungle Cruise and stuff. So I'm glad to see him getting back to his B movie roots.
Hello, Kenneth and Dylan. Thanks for joining us. Yes, we talked about Carl Weathers off the top. Very sad. We
Yes.
will have to find a way to honor him. Yes.
And
So
Chita Rivera, let's not forget. We also lost this
I
week.
was going to get to her toward the end, but let me talk about Chita Rivera now. We can
Sure.
continue in the honoring the folks who have left us. So the legend, the
Yes.
original triple threat, Chita Rivera.
Absolutely.
Alonso,
Yes.
tell us why she matters.
I mean, she was the original Anita in West Side Story, and just like had one of these incredible Broadway careers. Did not do a ton of film and TV work, but absolutely on the stage was just one of the great giants of the last half of the 20th century. She was in The Rink with Liza Minnelli. She played the title role in Kiss of the Spider Woman. Worked a lot with Kander and Ebb, and a lot of these other really sort of legendary musical theater giants, and so. She is one of those presences that we come this way but once.
Yeah, and there was this precision, I think, when I think of her. Like I watched a clip of her earlier today from an old Ed Sullivan Show performance,
Wow,
and there was like
yeah.
a crispness and like a clarity to her voice and just a precision to her movement. And
she's of the Fosse era,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she was in all that jazz. Yeah, right? Wasn't she? No. She was in Chicago. I'm sorry,
Yes.
she sang all that jazz in Chicago.
Right.
Pardon
yes.
me. It is in there somewhere.
She and Gwen Verdon were the original two leads there.
Yes. So that is very sad. Yes. And she also was the first Latina to receive the Kennedy Center honor, I want to say.
Oh, I did not know that, but that scans. That could absolutely be true.
And then she also received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Obama. So anyway.
Nice.
A legend.
Yes.
I want to talk about all of this Taylor Swift conspiracy theory nonsense.
Which one? It turns out there's multiples.
Because it's so stupid. They're all stupid. I can't decide which one is the stupidest of them. For those of you who don't follow these things, who have important things to do during your day and space in your brain for things that matter, I'm going to help you out and explain to you all the Taylor Swift conspiracy theories. The main one is that she is like a Pentagon operative.
PSYOP, yes.
PSYOP. I love that word. Like anyone knows what the fuck a PSYOP is, who is saying the word PSYOP, and how she has been sent to get together with Travis Kelce to then help them win the Super Bowl, to then help get Joe Biden reelected as president.
Right. And the Super Bowl's already rigged by the NFL, and they're going to win so that she can then come out during the thing and endorse Biden. It's like, and here's the thing. And so now you've got like MAGA types mad at the NFL, and the NFL is like, no, wait, you're our bread and butter. Please, no. But here we are.
It's a precarious needle to thread, right? As Chris is pointing out to me, okay, she used to be a country singer and she's dating a football player, and that is somehow anti-American.
Yes. Somebody was saying this is like Seth Meyers had a thing. Like, this is the kind of thing the Republican Party used to champion, like their names are Taylor and Travis. Like it is all the things that on paper you'd think they'd want, but apparently, no, they hate it.
Yes, Sydney Traveler Guy, good to see you. Glad you're here. Says she's defo a PSYOP, and she wrote Argyle. That's one of the
other conspiracy theory.
Okay, explain that one, please.
So they put out they're putting out a novelization of Argyle that is credited to the fake character in the movie, the character played by Bryce Dallas Howard, Ellie Conway, which is not uncommon. You can go into any bookstore now and buy Murder, She Wrote mysteries written by Jessica Fletcher. Like that's a cute little meta thing that they'll do with these things that are about writers. But somehow, because like the cat in the movie looks like her cat or something, that means she really is secretly the author of the real Argyle book that became the movie. And it's like, no.
Yes.
And frankly, if I were her, I wouldn't take credit for it either, but we'll talk about that in our review later.
We're going to review Argyle today, or rather Alonso is going to review Argyle later today, because we had a power outage in my theater last night. So I've seen the first 20 minutes of Argyle.
Lucky you.
Yes, Karma is a cat sitting in Taylor Swift's lap because it loves her. Yeah, that's one of the dumb ones. Yeah, there's also, I see folks are commenting on Bud Light here. Yes, there's that too. That like Bud
I don't
Light.
know this one.
But the fact that Travis Kelce has done ads for Bud Light, is a problem with the MAGA types. The fact that he had done ads for getting vaccinated is a problem.
Yes, I heard that like Pfizer is really the one behind this whole thing, and it's like there is literal brain rot happening out there. I don't know what to tell you. This is like the idea that I frankly, don't you kind of wish the Democrats were this organized and like could actually get this kind of stuff together? I feel like they, the thing about conspiracy theories is that they are so reassuring in a way, because there's this idea that you can manipulate these giant events and the world makes sense and follows a pattern, as opposed to just the random chaos that we live in on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, apparently if you're pro-vax, that means you're in on the fix.
Yes, our friend Danny, hi Danny, good to see you, points out that the cat in Argyle is Matthew Vaughn's actual cat. So there is a real live cat in this. That's surprising to me because it all looks like a fake cat.
Oh, it's mostly a fake cat, and it doesn't do much in the movie.
Courtney asks, hey Courtney, good to see you. She asks, speaking of, can't wait for Taylor Swift's movie that she's supposedly directing. Any update on that? Now, she signed this deal with Searchlight to direct a film with them. And then at the Golden Globes, Matthew Greenfield, who's one of the heads of Searchlight, was sitting next to her at the Golden Globes. If you see any photos of her next to a balding gentleman, that's the head of Searchlight, because that's who her deal is with. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that, but that is happening for sure. Yeah. Yes. Oh, the other, Benjamin points out Taylor Swift equals Q. Yeah, that's another theory that's out there, is that she's on 4chan. Who has time? Guys. Like, who has time for this? I'm flabbergasted by all of this. Yes. Matt says that the fact that Taylor Swift can decide the election this year is very reminiscent of that thing 30 Rock once did. Does it ring a bell with you, Alonso?
I don't remember which joke that is specifically, but yeah, I mean, history repeats itself once as tragedy and then as farce. So, here we are.
Rain is here. Hi, Raina. She says, I saw a reel speculating that J.K. Rowling was the author of the Argyle novelization since the material sucks. I'm convinced personally. She's not seen it, but yeah, that's possible. And then hello, Dalen. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Thanks for catching up. Says, hi, friends. Sorry I missed the beginning. Happy to make the recording. We are happy to have you here as well. Hi, T-Love Hater. She says maybe she can be the next Tom Ford. I mean, she's got good taste. She's got vision. Her music videos she shot are very good. So
yeah, I mean, why not? Let her take a crack at it.
She works with talented people. So that is all there. We got to talk about our great friend, Justin Chang.
Yes.
The legend. He is brilliant and was just announced this week that he's leaving the LA Times to go be the critic for the New Yorker.
Yes. Well, one of the critics of the New Yorker, because Richard Brody's still there, and then they're moving Anthony Lane to sort of a more at-large position where he'll talk about other arts and other media. But yeah, it couldn't happen to literally a nicer guy. Like,
truly.
The thing about Justin Chang is not only do we all respect him as a writer, maybe not so much as a punster, but he can't help himself. But as a critic and as an analyst and as somebody whose depth of cinema knowledge is expansive and impressive, but just such a sweetheart. Like, no one has a bad thing to say about this guy. I'm an asshole, but he's a doll.
You two are a teddy bear, my love. What are you talking about?
But no, everybody doesn't like something, but no one doesn't like Justin Chang.
Yeah, no, he is truly the best of all of us. He is just like wildly talented beyond his years. Like maybe he's 40. I think he just turned 40. He's really young and he's so good. And he has insight, but also craft. Like he can do it all. And so like every word is just meticulously crafted, every sentence. And yes, of course, if you follow him on any social media, you know that he loves a good pun. So he does not take himself seriously at all. And just a sweet guy who gives good hugs. So good for you, Justin. He's not leaving town. He's going to stay in LA. He begins at the New Yorker on February 12th. Just in time for Madam Web.
I'm sure that's what he had in mind.
He's like circling the calendar.
Madam Web and One Love, yes.
And Crossroads on Netflix. Come on. We are going to review Crossroads, you guys. I have not seen Crossroads. The Britney Spears film Crossroads is on Netflix starting February 13th. So we're going to talk about that.
I haven't seen it since it came out, so it will be a revelation, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then one other little tidbit of news that Alonso, you just pointed out to me that just came out was that Catherine O'Hara is going to join the cast of The Last of Us season 2.
Yes. I've been a Catherine O'Hara stan since the early days of SCTV. I mean, I think she and Andrea Martin were so brilliant on that show and playing so. One of them on some talk show talked about how somebody had complimented her saying, "Oh, I love you and all the other women on that show," and it was just the two of them playing like all these different,
Yeah.
very wide variety of characters. But I love that that Schitt's Creek has sort of given her a new phase of her career now. Like she's Argyle is not great, but she's in it and it's great. And I'm glad that she's, being treated like the star that she is. And I love that she's now doing this. So like, yes, more Catherine O'Hara and Andrea Martin in our lives, please. That would be great.
Yeah, I mean, she really can just do it all, and she finds like a weird wavelength into things, but also like an authenticity and sometimes a sweetness. So I agree. I would like more of her as well.
And
Yes, Benjamin points out, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. Yes, I want to revisit this iconic moment where she sits around by the
pretending
campfire.
to write the song on a piano.
Yes, Danny, we talked about Carl Weathers. It's very sad. And Jack is here. Work is crazy today, but popping in to say, love these live segments. Look forward to watching later. We'll be in the next live one. Thank you. And thank you, Jack, for being a channel member. We appreciate it. You get other little goodies when you are a channel member. Details for that are down below. Any news on...
Speaking of frequent Catherine O'Hara director Tim Burton, did you read that he's going to be doing a new version of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman written by Gillian Flynn?
No. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That all sounds like it's got potential.
Yes. And our friend David, who comments so frequently, hello, David, says Justin Chang is a superb critic and inspired choice to take over the void that Anthony Lane will leave. Woohoo, hoorah, hoopla. Yeah, he's great. It's good. We're happy for him. I'm happy we'll get to still see him around at screenings. Totally. All right. Anything? What did I forget? Anything I forgot? I think I've got it all. Yes.
You cover the waterfront, lady. I don't know what to tell you.
So, hey, we are going to go do a couple of reviews now. We're going to review Argyle, or at least Alonso is. And we're also going to do, I'm so excited about talking about this with you, is the We Are the World documentary on Netflix. It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. I loved it so much. Like, I love Process. I love the 80s. It's my childhood. So it is, it's big. So
speaking of music, the Grammys are on Sunday. Do we care?
That's a good question. Yeah, the Grammys. Speaking of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and the fact that they're everywhere, do we care? I don't, but I find them so unwieldy. I used to cover the Grammys when I was still living in New York, and I covered Grammy red carpet, which is like the most fun red carpet because people take chances. People aren't like styled impeccably to look exactly right. Like people choose weird eclectic stuff.
This is true.
What's that?
I said this is true. Yeah.
Yeah, the Grammys are just unwieldy to me, but I do enjoy the inspired people they put together to perform on that night.
Yeah, and this is not the fault of the Grammys; it's the fault of me. I don't keep up so much with contemporary music, so when the MTV Music Awards roll around and the Grammys, it's my sort of annual life to be like, yeah, this is how old I am that I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, well, we can learn, right?
Of course.
It's never too late.
If nothing else, the numbers are going to be on YouTube. So, there's that.
Yes. John McVeigh says rain on the red carpet. Yes, it's going to pour again on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be pretty. So will you guys watch the Grammys? Let us know if you have a thought on a thing or a question that we didn't get to. Please put it down in the comments. We love seeing you. Thank you for taking time out of your day on a Friday. Stay warm and dry wherever you are. Hopefully it's not raining and windy where you are like it is here with California. Is just going to snap off into the ocean someday, but we're here now. So we're happy that you are too.
Until that moment, we'll be back on Tuesday with more.
You guys are the best. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.